Hey guys, this is part 3 of my carpet removal in my Pajero and bully liner install. So I'm just going to kind of give some reflections on the bully liner in particular. I bought this box here. I think it's around the 350 roughly Australia mark. Yeah, so that's 4 litres, and they come in these 1 litre containers. I've done 3 coats and I've used almost 2 litres, so I've used less than half of the box. What I found was with the first coat, because you're dealing with a, a shiny surface, the paint and the top of the sand denting material, I couldn't put too much on because you just end up wiping it back off again. But then when I went for the second coat, I found because you've got a certain amount of the grit already there from the first coat, you could actually apply a fair bit more. So I could have stopped the 2 coats, but yeah, I wanted to make it a bit more robust. They say that, you know, as a minimum 2. They say for industrial applications, minimum 4. Yeah, ideally I'd do another coat just to, you know, give it extra thickness, and, you know, so if it does get scratched, it's less likely to reveal white paint underneath or whatever. But yeah, I can't be stuffed. I'm just going to do 3. So I haven't put the scuff plates back on yet, but you can see how it's drying up. It's actually similar-ish colour to this. Not the same, but similar-ish. I'm pretty happy with the colour. Obviously you could go black and it would just match that in this particular car. So I've ended up with a fairly just a gentle undulation there. It's still drying. I discovered that when you move the seat back, the wires become visible. Normally it's hidden by the carpet. I could have relocated the wires, but I decided to just paint some of the wires. You'll only very rarely see that. Actually, no, I don't think that does. I don't think. Yeah, no, I think it was actually more here. I ended up painting down inside here because you'd move the seat back and then you'd see white poking out. But it was actually, yeah, more at the back. When you moved the seat all the way forward, you could kind of see this wires here. I mean, when I say forward, I mean like so far forward that you'd have no room for legs. So it's pretty moot point. But yeah, so I ended up building this up more than I did the rest of the car. I guess I figure you've kind of got more. I mean, the exhaust is under there. It does go under the whole car, but I think I kind of figured, well, this is sort of closer to the engine and stuff, and this is kind of where you're sitting, so I focused more on getting that thicker. Here I've built up all the, you know, low points and stuff, but this is still the original material that they have on there. I mean, that's just so rugged. I quite like that material in terms of its ruggedness and the texture of the finish. So that's just painted over basically. Same here. But yeah, lots of little holes that's just sort of been filled in a bit. And down the back, you know, it's similar to what I said in previous videos of not using the plastic things that were here, and I've still got the tape on here, so once I take the tape off, that will be in just nice clean metal. And yeah, so this gets screwed back in somewhere like that. And what else have I discovered? I guess the choice of brush is also important. I decided to brush it. If I'd used a higher quality brush, I would have got less brush strokes. But yeah, I did try this one, but it's just kind of heavier, longer. It just ended up being more unwieldy. So yeah, that's a 3-inch brush. So I actually found that pretty good. I did use this small brush to do some of the little gaps. The white really stuck out, so any areas that didn't get painted, the white really stood out. So I used this to do some small areas. I think that was a great choice. If I had a 2-inch, maybe I'd use a 2-inch. That would certainly be easier in some aspects. But yeah, a higher quality version of that, or a higher quality version of a 2-inch, or actually that's 63, so that's a good size there. But just the extra length, and it probably weighs about twice as much as that one or more, and it just ended up being awkward. You kind of yeah, when I was doing the front of the floor area, it was actually hitting underneath like the glove box area, and it just ended up being less practical. So yeah, the bully liner, there's virtually no odor. When you if you get it quickly before it's sort of dried, it's actually easier to wash off than house paint, and it's easier to wash out of the brush than house paint if it's still wet. So it's really very easy to work with. I'd say it's less. I mean, I think house paint has got a noticeable odor. It does, but this is like virtually no odor at all. So it's pretty awesome from that point of view. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Happy with everything about it. There's nothing I'm not happy with. That's all I can say. Obviously, I haven't really done a proper test of it, so I guess I'll find out. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's the main thing, is I'll be using double-sided sticky tape on here. Hopefully that will be enough to hold down the scuff plate, and hopefully the car won't leak at all. Or if it does, obviously it will be less of an issue than with all the carpet and that felt stuff underneath the carpet, which once that gets wet, you know it's going to stay wet for ages. Alrighty, we'll catch you around. That's the end of part 3, and I can't really... I think that's about it, you know. Maybe one day I'll follow up. No, I guess I'm about to go and give it a big test, Cape York trip, see how it goes. But yeah, but I will be putting the rubber mats back in those areas, and so it will actually all end up covered. But it's still, yeah, you'll see patches of it here and there. I mean, you'll see all of this. You know, my mats only come to here, so it's still very much going to be part of the car, and part of how you see the car. Cool. Alrighty. Bye.